Africans have become all too familiar with the First National Bank phrase, "Don't be a Steve." But while some may love the campaign, many seem to have taken offence to it. After about 20 complaints were lodged against the campaign, the Advertising Standards Authority ordered the bank to un-Steve itself last week and to withdraw all the advertisements. Now, to talk to us a little bit more about this, we are joined in studio today by the Advertising Standards Authority of South Africa's CEO, Thembi Msibi. Very good morning to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Just give us your thinking around ordering the un-Steve yourself ads to be withdrawn.
There were two aspects to the complaint. One dealt with just people, adults, taking offense at it. The other one dealt with children, in terms of children being harmed. Some parents who have little boys named Steve complained that their children are already being teased at school by the name, because they have the name Steve.
Steve, yes.
So when we looked at it, we had to look at offense, we had to look at discrimination, but particularly we also had to look at children. And on the offense and discrimination, this is towards the adults. We dismissed that. We said, you can differentiate. We know adults can know that this is not the Steve they know. This is just about any Steve, and it is selling. Service of the bank. So on those two aspects, we dismissed it. However, when it came to the children, we had a bit more difficulty. And our code, of course, has a clause, clause 14, which provides that advertising should not harm children, be it mental, physical, emotional, or morally. So we had to look at that. And further, it says, our code also provides that advertisers should prepare advertising with a sense of responsibility to the consumers. When we looked at those two, and basically what was happening with children, and the fact that children can't differentiate, whereas adults can differentiate that we're not talking about the Steve that we know, children would not necessarily differentiate, and they may think that it's okay to ridicule Steve as is being done on the ad. So that would cause harm to other children. So that's where we ruled against the ad and indicated that it has to be amended or withdrawn in its current form.
So it wasn't Steve Hofmeyer who was complaining to the ASA about this campaign?
No, it was not Steve Hofmeyer.
No, I wanted to talk to you, ma'am, about some of the other... We've got a very vibrant advertising industry in South Africa, and some other big companies, they name people and they pick up things in the news and in the media and so forth, and are not afraid to target individuals and so forth. Do you only deal with these kinds of scenarios when there's a complaint or when there's many complaints, or do you take a more proactive approach?
No, the way we're established, we take a reactive approach. So somebody has to complain to us. And it does not matter whether it's one complaint or a number of complaints. Immediately we receive a complaint, we first assess it, whether there is likelihood that it breaches the code. If you find that there is, we then go on to investigate. So the numbers don't necessarily matter. At times we found that we've had quite a number of complaints, but we've actually found that the ad is fine. So the numbers for us, it's not a major issue.
In conclusion, ma'am, just as the Advertising Standards Authority of South Africa, what is your message then to private individuals and the public sector even with regards to advertising?
Well, you basically, if you're going to put together an ad, you need to ensure that you're conversant, or at least partly conversant with the code of advertising.
Well, ma'am, thank you for joining us today. That is Thembi Msibi, who's the CEO of the Advertising Standards Authority of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you.